So far on A Taste of Vinegar, we've covered a sampling of Vinegar Syndrome's insane adult section. But I need a break from porn, so this time, we're going plain old insane. What?
If you're searching for some celluloid picture in particular, a certain slice of cinema that never left a signature, a long-forgotten bomb, a thing that never hit the theater, afraid you'll never find it now, but don't give up, it's premature. I'll put you on the pathway to a DVD distributor that's got the greatest chance of having hands on what you're looking for. They resurrect the long-neglected movie madness prisoner and bring them back to action from the silly to the sinister. They've got the right connections and the methods to administer to make your matinees, as many cases their beginnings where they're known to be the first and foremost feature film or finisher. So grab yourself a glass and let's enjoy A Taste of Vinegar.
Star Time is a weird-ass movie. I don't even know how else to introduce it.
Be a winner. Are you listening to me? Are you listening with all your heart and soul? With all your dreams, your hopes, your ambitions? Be a winner. Be a winner. Play the lottery.
The shit is this?
A self-help tape directed by Terry Gilliam? No, it's just the weird-ass opening to a weird-ass art house psychological thriller. Anyway, this is our main protagonist.
What his name is?
Oh, there's no time for that. First, we need to find him perched on a vanity like a time-lapsed house goblin staring at a naked woman.
What? You said this was no porn.
Trust me, the only thing this movie fucks with is your mind. Then the creeper looks into an appliance store and screams at the TV, and his reflection is naked. Then he's on a ledge and decides not to jump so he can eat a cupcake.
What is happening?
They're wasting our time with pretentious bullshit instead of just starting the movie. Anyway, back to the ledge we go.
I don't blame you. Hurts when you're robbed, and they take away what's yours.
Hey, that's TV guy.
I thought about putting an end to it once too, pal. And you know what saved me? You. And every single human being who carries the cross of awareness in this world. I don't want to make you feel guilty, pal, but what about them? If you and I cut the cord, what happens to them? Who? Each of those tender, sensitive souls out there who week in and week out experience with you and me the magic of our favorite TV show, The Robertson Family.
What he is talking about?
Just listen.
Tonight, that very special TV show has been taken off the air. Forever. You and I are not the only ones crushed by the loss.
You mean young person wants to kill himself because a sitcom got cancelled?
Yep. Wonderful introduction to our protagonist, isn't it? The TV guy introduces himself as Sam Bones and convinces young Henry not to jump.
Think, if you were dead, we wouldn't be having this conversation. There'd be no story from this point on. Think about it.
Did I mention that the movie was a little bit pretentious? After the smarmiest dialogue in all of 1991, Sam takes off. Henry tries to follow but loses track of him and mopes about it like a complete psychopath. And speaking of crazy...
Do you have anybody that you can talk to when you don't sleep? A friend or anybody special?
I like the Robertsons.
Go to their house a lot?
Yeah. Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. That's when they're on.
They're on?
TV.
And you'd think this is the face of someone who's about to explain to a disturbed man that a sitcom is not a substitute for real human friendship, but next scene! No. This is apparently perfectly acceptable.
You're gonna come live with me now, Henry.
I look for you everywhere.
See? Henry's not creeped out that the old man broke into his apartment. He's upset that he didn't do it sooner. So they go to Sam's place and things get a little crazy. No, like, actually crazy.
Is it on? Is it on? Yeah. That's private.
Yeah, for who?
Wendy?
Who's Wendy?
My friend from social services.
Social worker, huh?
No, she's a good friend.
Okay. When Henry was watching Wendy sleep like a rapist owl, he left a videotape in her apartment, which is what she just turned on. But now Sam also has a copy of this tape, and instead of saying, "Hey, how'd you get that?" Henry just says, "It's private."
Hi, Wendy. It's me, Henry. They canceled the Robertson family, so I'm dead now. But you can see me anytime you want. On your TV.
Oh no! Maybe I should have told someone about my client who said his only friends were fictional characters.
Julie, it's me. Henry just sent me a tape. He says he killed himself. I fucked up. I really fucked up.
Well, at least you've caught on that you're bad at your job. But you found the tape in your apartment wrapped in newspaper. He didn't send it, he planted it. Kind of an important detail. And gee, who's that Julie that Wendy called in a panic?
You'll like Julie,
No, I'll wait for you.
but I'll be gone a month
Why?
because he lives somewhere else.
And you want to be with him?
He loves me.
So, Wendy's gonna leave town to be with a man she's in love with, but only for a month. And Julie's gonna take over Henry's case until she gets back. Okay, mild digression. What the hell kind of relationship is Wendy in with such weird time and distance constraints? And what even is Henry's case? Yeah, we see him drifting around at night. We know he's got social issues, and he's obsessed with a TV series. But what actually landed him a social worker? Where is his family? How was his childhood? What does this guy actually do with his time besides wander the streets and watch a sitcom once a week?
What were you going to tell your mom?
I'm not going to tell her anything. She's dead.
Hey, look! All the backstory we're getting.
That should do it.
I mean, when you were planning to meet her, didn't you think about what you were going to say?
No?
When she sees all the other dead people and says to them, I mean, this is my son Henry. He never amounted to anything.
No, I wanted to be proud of it.
We can take the power into our own hands. And even if you do decide to turn your brains into dog meat on the pavement and be reunited with your mom, she can then say, "This is my son Henry. He was a player. He counted."
Yes, yes! I want that.
Oh, great, Henry, great. Have a jelly bean.
Fuck it. Elated that Henry has agreed to make himself famous, Sam takes him into the city.
There's a role waiting for you, Henry. A role that only you can play.
Yeah, that doesn't sound crazy. And while leading him to his new role, whatever that means, Sam does something even less 100% suspicious.
What?
Mm-hmm. And does Henry ask how he did that? Is there a reason he did that? Does anything like that ever happen again?
This basement is very strange.
And then the sentient collection of TV screens begins to flirt with him.
Beautiful, aren't I? What is it you see in me? My looks? My dreams? Or do you just like to peek? It's safe to want me, Henry. I don't have any diseases.
Okay.
And after seducing him, Screen Voice tells him that he has to earn its love.
I want to. How can I?
There is a rule waiting for you. A rule that only you can play. I need to be the only one for you. I need to be the only one that you look at, that you desire. If not, I will disappear from your life forever.
Yes!
Yes, what?
Yes, you are the only one.
So, a non-corporeal entity mixing sex, love, and disembowelments to persuade a solitary human's actions? How was this not the biggest rom-com of 1991? Anyway, Henry agrees to play this mystery role to win the love of Screen Voice because how could he possibly say no, right? And afterward, Mr. Showbiz gives him some more ratings advice.
Something's missing, Henry.
What?
You need a persona, or an identity. Something that'll give you a little edge over the competition.
Competition?
Game shows and stuff. Oh, they cut right into your airtime if you're not on the ball, Henry. Here. Try this on. Right. Put it on. Try it on. That's it. That's the key. Personality.
Ooh, he goes a baby mask.
Boy, he sure does. 3 things, movie. 1. That was right on the console. How did Henry not notice it before Sam picked it up? 2. How the fuck is that personality? Not a single person has mentioned babies, so what would a baby mask persona have to do with Henry's situation? And a mask isn't a fucking persona anyway, it's just a fucking mask. And 3, the most important part, baby masks are not fucking scary. Ever. This, I swear to fuck, is the doofiest fucking crazy person I've ever fucking seen.
Henry! Henry!
Did you change your mind?
Not quite, Rembrandt. You forgot your paintbrush.
That's a good line, all right?
Okay, that line was pretty awesome. But then he sneaks into this house, presumably to kill the 2 people inside, but then dicks around and suddenly panics, bolting out the window and... Son of a bitch, I just realized why I hate this fucking mask so much.
You always hate the baby maskers.
Yeah, but this one looks like the fucking Duck Lips kid from Full House. God damn it, that is gonna bug me every time now. Anyway, Henry apologizes to Sam for being too scared to go through with it, and Sam suggests they kill themselves after all due to their failure to entertain the world.
It was opening night, right? Maybe I just got a little nervous.
This heroic deed has the texture of sainthood. There are no words to describe what you will mean to people, dead or alive.
Could I try again?
That's some heavy shit.
And the next thing you know, he's watching news coverage telling us he's up to 13 murders in a month.
Well, he's a very hard worker.
But hey, it's been a month. Time for Wendy to finally come home.
Oh, Wendy, baby, what's shaking, huh?
Perfectly natural.
I was just passing by and I thought to myself, I wonder how the hell old Wendy is.
You bastard.
Huh? What?
You have no right.
No right.
You had to kill yourself.
But I didn't do it.
Well, then you should have come and told me
Told me?
that you're alive.
You weren't home.
Twitchy head case kind of has a point there. Anyway, they go for coffee to catch up.
Have you been working with anybody else?
Just Sam.
With another social worker?
No, I don't need that now. I'm a hero.
Well, heroes tell their friends when they're unhappy.
Stop. There is no way that you, professional counselor, didn't know that the weirdo with no friends was unhappy.
I could have helped you, Henry.
Except you obviously fucking didn't. You were oblivious to his delusional tendencies, and then you flew away.
Well, I'm back now.
It wasn't fun?
No, it was... I mean, he didn't even... Well, he didn't really need me.
Well, that resolves all of that.
It does?
It's gonna have to.
I'd like to meet Sam.
Well, you have to make an appointment.
Oh, okay.
And the next thing we know, she's off to do just that. Henry's already there with Sam, though, so who knows how much time has passed or what the hell got us here. Either way, Sam ain't happy about it.
Wendy will never understand how difficult, lonely, and misunderstood our mission is. She'll never grasp the grandeur. The health of our economy depends on you. Without you, Henry, without your inspiration to the networks, the magazines, the media, they will have nothing worthwhile to put on the air. And with nothing worthwhile on the air, no one would watch. And if no one watches, there'll be no advertising. And if there's no advertising, things won't get sold. It's the end of society as we know it. Will you please take care of business, Henry? The eyes of the world are upon you.
No pressure. Luckily, while wandering around the building, a security guard throws Wendy out before Henry can do what Sam was asking. He does show up in her place while she's sleeping again, but instead of killing her, he gets naked and lies on the floor. I'm sure that means something.
Hello. Hey, Julie. Oh, God, no, he turned out to be such a creep. No, that's good. 8:30's fine. Do you still have my extra key? Just let yourself in. Okay.
Where Naked Killer has gone.
Who cares? The important question is Julie gonna be in this movie or not? She then goes looking for Sam's house with the address she got from Henry because the dark of night in a neighborhood you don't know while you're expecting guests is the right time to chase up a lead. Meanwhile, Sam is officially pissed that Henry didn't kill Wendy and says he'll step up and do it himself.
We all have our weaknesses, Henry. I'll protect you from yours.
Fuck. Wendy then finds Henry lurking at her apartment building and really shows off that psych degree.
We gotta go hide.
From Sam?
Yes, from Sam.
Imaginary friends are great. For kids.
Sam is real. Sam is coming to hurt you, Wendy. Everything's different now.
I know it was hard for you when I left Henry, but you need real people in your life.
Sam is right. Sam was right.
What did Sam say?
He said only he can give me what I need.
Lady, you are convinced that your unstable client is suffering from delusions. He has just told you that his delusion has directly threatened your well-being, and you have now annoyed him to the point that he said to your face that his mental illness is giving him better advice.
Lady gonna die.
Wendy enters her apartment and finds the TV changing channels and a dead woman on her bed.
How dead lady was channel surfing?
Oh, Earth mammals When we die, our bodies get kind of solid, so I'm guessing that the killer came in, stabbed her to death, and then held her thumb on the remote button until her hand was stiff enough to keep it there itself.
That makes sense. How long that take?
Oh, only like 18 hours. Anyway, as Wendy runs off, hopefully to find a phone and call the police, Henry returns to help her get away from Sam's looming threat by taking her right back to her apartment.
Give it to me!
That's a weird plan.
He's a weird couple of guys. That's Julie? Julie from the phone? That's right. You told her to come over and then you went for a walk. So she let herself in, Sam must have been waiting for you and killed her by mistake. That makes sense now. Hey, movie! I'm getting real sick of having to piece shit together because you refuse to show us a fucking thing! Anyway, Henry takes her keys and locks her in the apartment to keep her safe while he confronts Sam. Because the only lock inside the apartment requires a key. That seems wrong.
What?
No, that's not the weirdest part of this scene. Hearing whatever that sort of clawing noise was, Wendy tears down some shelves, revealing a door into her neighbor's closet. Because that was a thing in 90s LA. I guess. And not only is the sound suddenly gone, but there are 3 dead bodies staged in a baby mask killer scene. So Sam killed Julie, and then Henry killed the people next door.
Why?
I don't know. After slipping in some blood and knocking herself out, Henry and Sam have one more argument about killing Wendy to save their show. Sam ducks out and Henry takes Wendy to the roof because that makes more sense than, like, not doing the most dangerous thing. But as it turns out, you can't run and hide from your own schizophrenia, and Sam appears, goading Henry into attacking Wendy.
If I hadn't met you, Wendy'd still be safe!
And you'd be all alone.
And where would you be?
Looking
For what?
for someone just like you.
Did his crazy just bounce?
Apparently, if you just tell your psychosis to stop being a jerk, it will. How has science not figured this out? As you might expect, Henry decides not to kill the only friend he has, and instead lobs himself off the roof. I'm not entirely sure why he did that part, but he did. And while he bleeds out immobile on the street, Wendy goes to his apartment. I'm pretty sure this is only so we can see the photos he used to imagine Sam's house and the TVs he had stacked up like his screen voice delusions. Otherwise, there's no point at all in having her leave the crime scene like this.
Terror is over. The man responsible for holding our city in a grip of fear these past 29 days lies mortally wounded here on this downtown street.
Henry Pinkle. Henry Pinkle. I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't be showing a dying man drenched in blood on live TV. That's just not gonna happen, but here's some random shit that does! Henry dies. Wendy is watching his TV stack. The mask floats around on his bloodstain, and Henry's body is abandoned with an equally abandoned ambulance.
The end! This movie was very strange.
Boy, it sure was! Mainly because 50% of this movie isn't fucking here! Wendy has a lover, but we don't know who he is or how they met or why they're not in the same place. We don't even know where he is or if he's got a damn name. She just says, I have a love interest, and leaves the movie. And when she comes back, she literally says,
Well, I'm back now.
and that's fucking that. Character arc? What are those? Even her good friend and co-worker Julie is kept off screen until she's nothing more than a fucking corpse. In fact, remember when she watched Henry's suicide tape? Perhaps the most important thing they leave off screen is her decision to not fucking tell anybody. If she had, the cops would have done a wellness check, found him alive in that rat hole apartment, and we probably would have avoided a fucking murder spree. And speaking of Henry, I pointed it out earlier, but can you really tell me anything about him? He wants to make his dead mother proud and he might be infatuated with Wendy. Okay, but who the fuck is he? Again, we never hear about his family, his past, his daily routines. All we know is that he's obsessed with a TV show, and we never fucking see that either. Worst of all, we never even see his murder spree. Merely telling us that he's killed 15 people in a month doesn't help us. If we can't see him devolving, falling deeper into his violent fantasy world, then it's not real to us. So what is the point of a body count at all? And there's so much pretentious noir-y bullshit to wade through. They even paint him like a clown in his death scene because art. But let me make something very clear. The camera work is gorgeous, the acting is fucking stellar, and the dialogue will grip your fucking soul. This is a terribly enthralling flick, and you should definitely check it out.
What? You mean that they're all of you bitching to liking this movie?
I know, Rakaku. It's great. Have a jelly bean.
Zuspo, the best is now.
Fuck it. Purple tastes like children's Tylenol. Don't eat purple.